Good evening, everyone. Imagine the Sunday sermon today in the small town of Michigan, North Dakota. There, an air traffic controller turned pastor shared his tragic story of 9/11.
The perspective as a young man who was working in an FAA control center in New York that tragic morning. What followed days later was an emotional downward spiral, a life-changing event that brought Robert Totman to North Dakota. That story tonight from reporter Kevin Wallevand.
As a teenager, I remember aspiring to go into air traffic control.
And so Robert Totman found his dream of air traffic control, training while in the Army and soon working towers in the radar.
Exhilarating, thrilling. You know, in that environment, the aircraft are going 480 miles an hour, and you're in charge.
But it would be the morning of 9/11.
7353 Romeo, New York Center. Good morning, Kennedy, altimeter 300.
As Totman worked in New York's Air Route Traffic Control Center on Long Island.
22, turn 20 degrees left. Vector.
That would forever change him.
The whole thing was really traumatic for me.
Another one just hit the building. Wow.
As the hijacked planes crashed, Robert and other controllers worked to get hundreds of planes grounded.
We had never, obviously in the FAA, had never done that before.
This map revealing the challenge they faced.
No, you really never think you're going to have to do anything like that, but that's pretty much what took place. I think it was miraculous that there were no mid-air collisions.
We need someone to scramble some F-16s or something up there.
He also worked with the military, scrambling fighter jets that morning, including pilots from Fargo.
It is ironic, and we didn't know where the F-16s were from, but we were glad to see them.
But the stress and sheer magnitude of that day immediately took a toll on Robert.
Definitely, just like the Twin Towers came crashing down, really, my life came crashing down. I processed it like previous emergencies in my career, which, frankly, was with whiskey.
Not just whiskey.
But I woke up at 4 a.m. on the 12th out of a vivid nightmare, and I began being plagued by nightmares.
But considerations of ending his life.
In 2003, I was suicidal. My wife and I had our divorce paperwork signed, sealed, and paid for. And really, you know, I just said a prayer to God saying, I'm done here. If there's anything you can do with me, please do.
Since 9/11, Robert stopped drinking, and he not only became a Christian, he's now in the pulpit preaching the Word, sharing his own story.
I can't overemphasize how my life was over.
Of rising from the ashes of 9/11. This is Kevin Wallevand reporting.
It has been an emotion